So hello everyone, today I'll be continuing with public administration. Like last time, I'll be continuing with two questions every day. So the purpose of this video is to give an idea on how public administration may be asked for NPSC mains. So like last time, I'll be explaining in Nakamis. So let's get the video started. So the first question for today is, Weber's theory were essentially an attempt to ensure social acceptance of bureaucracy. Do you agree? Discuss. So, question koise ki Weber la theory to ekta attempt maze do tela theory to society de accept kurule tela bureaucratic model to. So first of all, mon janiyo ki Weber to kon ekse. Simon Weber kon ekta manu ekse. Aru taiba ekta administrative setup ekta propose korise. Administrative setup also called the legal rational model of administration. Itu ki ajo kile to administration kan bureaucrats kan do strict rules and regulation follow grow without any deviation towards corrupt practices. So Weber ba kuisi ki utu bureaucrats kan do takan iku political affiliation na thayo and they will work like robots. So Weber laid stress on legal rational model of administration. The only legitimate and fully accepted type of governance will come from a body of officials who have been selected on the basis of merit. First of all, taila model to ke zuklito bureaucrats kando fully merit based select ro. These officials will have a written code of laws, rules followed, strict hierarchy, and are supposed to be impersonal. So taila model de uto officials kando ekta strict rules and regulation follow gro or follow strict hierarchy. That means tala rank is up there bureaucracy usually to from deputy secretary to joint secretary to additional secretary to principal secretary, like this. So a hierarchy to be followed by the bureaucrats, and they are supposed to be impersonal. That means without any political affiliation. Each of them will have its own sphere of competence and influence, and hence dividing the work among themselves efficiently. So basically creating robots like robots. The officials will be honest, neutral, ethical, and would be persons of high integrity. That means without any um, dishonesty, as they would not have any personal benefit from the work they do. Hence, he acknowledged that bureaucracy is the best form of legal rational model. However, ajikalila society the bureaucracy is not the answer, because if power is concentrated on the bureaucrats, that is bureaucrats can get power sub they might turn corrupt because of power. So there has been a system of check and balances between the politicians and the bureaucrats, and this balance should be maintained. So tela Weber la theory to fully bureaucrats can get power, though it is not a rational thing. But bureaucracy is such a system that the power is fully concentrated in the hands of the official that it jeopardizes the liberty of the citizens. A strong bureaucracy will undermine democracy. So Konishna, a strong bureaucracy power the fully concentrated bureaucrats can get they might misuse the power the misuse karna democracy ke effect grow. They might make the rules and regulation according to their favor. So the society will not accept bureaucracy so easily because it knew it had high tendency to be incompetent and get corrupt easily. So Weber's theory of highlighting the pros of bureaucracy rather than the cons is an attempt to ensure its social acceptance. So the bureaucracy ke support kura karne he is validating that to ensure the social acceptance of his theory, which is not possible in today's world. So next, let's go to the next question. Broadly, in what direction have the administrative reforms moved since independence? Has it changed the situation on ground? So question was first try to understand the question. Broadly, in what direction have the administrative reforms moved since independence? Has it changed the situation on ground? So first of all, you have to frame the answer in chronological order. That is, when India was under the British rule, during independence, and after independence, and most important after the LPG reforms. So itu India la developmental progress actually the face like uh, each and every decade. So before India got independence, it was under the British rule. So you can frame the answer like during the before the independence, that is during the British rule, how Indians were governed. So Indians were governed like to this administration. Ajikali la administrative system though we have borrowed it from the British. The British was the one who brought this administrative setup, uh, and besides making small changes in the bureaucratic system, our bureaucracy has remained the same like the British. So before answer, you can start it as the administrative reforms have moved towards indigenization of Indian machinery. That is, पहिला त foreigners kan so now indigenization, that is India manokan tana position doina lulishe. Many committees and commissions were set up. The administration has moved towards decentralization. It has moved towards more participative, transparent, and accountable governance. Still, the administration moves in the direction of less governance, more governance. The reform started with setting up of the Planning Commission. So, before the British rule and after independence in 1951, the Planning Commission was established. There, the administrative setup also changed with decentralization. Decentralization means separating the powers between the central, the state, and the local self-government. So decentralization the case the central government kamba all India service to appoint grow, that is the IAS, the IPS, IFS, and they will delegate the IAS to the states, and the states will also delegate the officers to each and every district. That is why we have district commissioners and other subordinate like the deputy commissioner, and under it the additional deputy commissioner, and under it the subdivisional officer, and lastly the EAC. So this shows that there is a decentralization of power between the officers. So this started with the Planning Commission. Planning Commission ba 1951 ba shuru garna itu anishe. Highly centralized administration to aid rapid industrial growth for socio-economic development was established, but its ills started surfacing and was noted by the Administrative Reforms Commission 1. So after 1951 established kora bishde tangna process to continue kora time de tangna drawbacks kondo Administrative Reforms Commission ba note korshe. Reforms in the field of personal management, financial administration, and accountability were both. So kiki corrupt practice was the reforms in the personal management like this Central Services Rule 1964, and various other reforms in the services, and new institutions like the Indian Institute of Public Administration headquartered at Delhi, the Central Bureau of Investigation, which was established by the Sandanam Committee by 1960s fale Sandanam Committee ba recommend kurje the Central Vigilance Commission or Central Bureau of Investigation, Central Vigilance Commission, and Department of Personnel and Training, etc. But due to highly authoritarian political leadership, the Congress they were not reflected in governance. However, after 1990s came the era of this debureaucratization, decentralization, and open economy. So after 1990, LPG reforms, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. That means liberalization means government ba control grow na bro. It only plays the role of a facilitator. So next to privatization, that means private players can be aisha uh, India de aro next to globalization like integrating our country with the rest of the world's economy. So with this the license rush was done away. License rush to ke jugule do for example ekta industry sekta setup kuru gule do industry ekta setup kuru gule do government la permission lage. So itu before 1991 do many sob la department la clearance to loina the industry ekta setup kuru. So this was also known as the license rush. That is udu sob department can by clearance dia bujde to license the power. So this was license rush and it made very difficult for the industries to be set up. So after the 1980s this was done away. Administration took the role of a facilitator. Further transparency was brought by e-governance. The administration was made more participative. Recruitment and conditions of service was reformed. Now the states vote to promote less government, more governance under the Modi government. That is the less government and more governance to bring governance in the system, and accordingly reforms are being brought. So with this the answer has been completed. So for this to frame you need to write in hierarchy manner. First, before the British rule, before independence, during the British rule, after independence in 1951 when the planning commission was established. However itula problem ola karne one administrative reforms commission ba kiki reforms suggest kurise aro with this various institution established kurise. That is the Indian Institute of Public Administration, which is headquartered in New Delhi, the Central Bureau of Investigation, and the Central Vigilance Commission, which was established by the Sandanam Committee, and many other personal management, financial administration, accountability, etc. So idu hobis de next step to LPG reforms aise. License rush aro private players can be aise liberalize kuri diise aro country to globalize kurise. So with this government to ekta facilitator nature role play kurise. That means totally control no but kali direction dikao ke itu kam kuri. So this played a important role, and after this the e-governance came. That is the use of electronics in governance, and after this the latest is the less government and more governance by the Modi government. So you can write the answer like this in sequential manner. So with this the video on public administration on both the question has been completed. I hope you all understood something, and thank you all for watching and have a great time.